Hello and welcome back to another Strong Collectors live stream. I'm your host, your one true host, Dakota, here with my special guest, Mr. New Meta, also known as David. We're going to be talking about action figures. Obviously, we got to talk Marvel Legends. That's kind of our bread and butter. But it's going to be a whole. I've got quite the package came in from New Meta, so I want to do a little show and tell with that. Here's the thumbnail. So talking where's my toys. We'll talk about that in a little bit, about kind of the updates on some of your pre-orders, things like that coming in, when we can expect them to be shipping out, and yeah, just have a midday lunch break chat depending on where you're at. But like I said, I want to do kind of a show and tell because I had living in the bus. I can't always get my things as readily as I would like to. Some of the things I don't know if I'm going to be, honestly, don't know where I'm going to sleep in 2 days. So that's kind of the life we're living. So David has luckily been willing to hold back some of my things and ship them all out at once. And now I've got a big box. Kiffintron says, own a train editing. Is that the figure you sent him? I don't know what the own a train is, but I'm sure he'll tell us.
I'm not sure.
Where's Jordan? Who the hell cares? Just kidding.
Yeah.
No. He's in Tennessee, but also he's not allowed on the same screen as me. You know that. All right. I'm going to do some of my show and tell. I'm going to show the things I got because I got 2 boxes. One came a little earlier than the other one, but he's on an editing train right now. Kiffintron. Kiffintron also has a Go New Meta discount code. If you wanted to use that, if you were tired of typing in Strong 101, you could Kiffintron 101. That also gets you 10% off, but you can keep using Strong 101. It's fine.
Yeah,
so
and it's a competition.
Yeah, exactly. So first up, I got my X-Men 97 figures in. These are like 2, I think, perfect looks for the characters. Like this is exactly what I've been waiting for a Cable for so long. Like we had the Sasquatch Wave one, which we've kind of talked about. That was a good one. Very X-Force looking. I've always known Cable most from the cartoon, so I've always wanted kind of this more blue, green, red, big blasters. Big fan of that. Emma Frost. I think I said during the live stream, the only other Emma Frost I'd had was the Annihilus Wave one, and that one is doo-doo garbage, one of the worst Marvel Legends ever made. But this one's much better. I also have the Astonishing X-Men Emma Frost, but this is good, just like classic, because I definitely want to have my Astonishing X-Men display all by itself. It's supposed to be possibly getting a 2-pack of Kitty Pryde and Colossus. You don't know anything about that, do you, David? Don't say if you do.
I haven't heard anything yet.
All right, there you go. So hopefully that's coming. Got Astonishing Beast on the way. That's up for pre-order at Go New Meta. We'll take a look at pre-orders in a little bit, but out of this wave, what were you most excited for, David?
Well, I'll be honest. I wasn't going to keep any of these because I'm not personally a huge X-Men 97 fan. But
like of the show or of the figures? Of the show or figures? Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah. So I've already got my X-Men, my classic X-Men, or like my definitive versions of each one. The only ones on this that I'm probably going to hang on to are Morph and I just love that Emma Frost.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I play a lot of Marvel Rivals, and she's my favorite character. I made her, so I'm like kind of becoming a little bit of an Emma Frost fanboy.
Nice.
But those are the 2 I like the most. My favorite Cable is the Sasquatch Wave Cable. Was it Sasquatch?
Like darker colors, similar look as this one, but
yeah, same idea. So I'm going to hang on to that one. But it's a fun wave. But whenever they get that Beast out, that'll be the one I'll probably be most eager to have from the 97 stuff.
Yeah, I think from this one, my next order is probably going to include a Logan, just because that's my mind's eye of Logan. I think anytime I think of street clothes, that's what he's always wearing, probably because of the cartoon. I like the Sabretooth 2-pack one. It's okay, but probably going to sell that off and upgrade to the X-Men 97 one. Let's see, just catching up on comments here. Okay, thanks. What's the last time? Last time Jordan has an episode up like 2 days ago or something like that. So he's been on the channel. All right, so that was 2 Marvel Legend figures. Let's switch over to Jada Toys. So these probably my most anticipated figures of the entire year. That includes Marvel Legends, even Mythic Legions. I was very excited for the Scooby-Doo figures. Definitely going to be all in on anything Scooby-Doo they put out, even if they do alternate versions of the gang. Probably going to have to get those too, especially, like if it's Cyber Chase, I'm for sure in on that. Some of the other stuff, maybe not so much, but I was also telling my wife, like, if we had an actual display room for me to like put all this stuff up, I would probably want them like loose, obviously, but I'd have to decide which ones I want to keep in box. Like maybe I just get the gang in box because I think the box art is so fun, like with the frosted glass type of making it look misty. These are some excellent looking figures, and I've heard good things. I don't know if you've opened these and played with them yourself, but they're definitely going in my Halloween display.
The like foggy box art though caught me off guard at first. I thought there was something wrong with the boxes. I was like, oh, they like smudged them or something, and then no, I'm like, that's how they made them. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
And if you don't see like Jada Toys boxes, I deserve like probably their own episode at some point. They are killing it with boxing. I think their boxes are so much fun.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, putting they were kind of the first ones. Well, maybe somebody else had done it, but first major one to do the kind of video game arcade style box, and then I think other people have kind of since taken that and run with it too. But yeah, all their stuff is. I'm interested to see what they do with Invincible, because I think that would be like a harder one to do, like a really cool nostalgic box like these and the Street Fighters. But I'm sure they're going to figure it out.
Like, what type of creativity are they going to bring to that universe? Yeah,
like even the Frosty the Snowman, that it's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive, but like that box, I think he's overpriced to start with, but like making it look like a TV, kind of old, dial TV, is a very cool touch for the box. Question from Ray Paz: do you have Cobra Khan from Mastersverse?
I do. He's on pre-order, and he's also sold out, so that was a very popular one.
Okay, gotta be quicker than that.
If my distributors let me get more, I'll try to get more. But those, that Masterverse wave went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to go.
Cool. All right, yeah. Shout out Loke Gaming Kung. It's an interesting name, but okay. Can you put the spare Emma head on the astonishing body? I would assume you can. I would check Dan Hu's review on that. He probably did head swaps and stuff. I don't have my astonishing Emma Frost to be able to do that here, but I would assume so. It seems like a similar figure. Maybe I'd think it'd work, but yeah, check Dan Hu's stuff. He probably's got it. All right. Next up, let's go over to Todd McFarlane. I got the Deathstroke, which he had done, I think, maybe 2 other Deathstrokes before, and they were okay, but this is definitely the Deathstroke I was waiting for. Much more classic. I was on the fence. Do I get this one? Do I get the Platinum? Because the Platinum one is like the look from the Teen Titans show, which those probably sold out, right?
Yeah, we sold out of those really fast.
Yeah. So I actually picked this up for the same guy that got me this shirt, Cosmic Collector. He's got a blog on New Meta you can go read, but he wanted this. I found it at Walmart, and then I shipped it to him loose, so I had to open it up and send it, and I was on the fence. Oh, do I get this? Do I don't? Opened it. I was like, okay, well, I got to get one for myself now, too. So, boom. Got one for me. And it seems like McFarlane stuff is like really picked up popularity as he's on his way out. Like, it seems like a lot of his stuff sells very fast.
Yeah, my best pre-orders as of the past couple months have all been probably McFarlane items. The Batman Returns wave was crazy. There's that, and a lot of this is coming here soon too, because everybody's releasing stuff early. But the wave that had, what was it, Riddler, Batgirl, and Scarecrow was very popular. So I've sold out of most all of those. But I have to double check. But yeah, most of them I think are sold out at this point.
Yeah, nice. And I think Cosmic Collector again. I was talking to him today, and he was getting the red platinum cheetah figure, and he said that like pretty much went up on Walmart as sold out, and then GameStop it was only up for like a minute or two, and then was sold out. So those are flying, which I understand. What like I like the ideas of platinums and things like that, harder to get, but then at the same time for collectors, like that really sucks because those penguins that from the same like Batman Returns wave, the like armored up penguins, they don't even really, I mean, they articulate a little bit, but those were McFarlane store only. Those going right now on eBay for like 130. So
that's crazy.
That's insane. And the penguins look fun, but they don't look $130 fun. So I'd be interested.
And back at the beginning when they announced that wave, we all thought we were getting them. Like all the retailers, we were told that they would be a part of that wave, and then it was like a few weeks out where it's like, actually, it's going to be an exclusive. I'm like, dang it, because you knew that was going to sell.
Yeah,
you gotta army build those penguins.
Yeah, true. All right, so that was Deathstroke. Next up, one that I have no idea who this character is. I don't know if it's a good guy or a bad guy, but it looked cool. I had to get the Gundam Epion. Is that even how you say it?
Definitely a bad guy.
Okay, bad guy.
A very cool bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, I just started watching Gundam. I watched Gundam Seed, the first season, and I've started the Gundam Seed Destiny. So that's all I've seen. This is from Gundam Wing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never seen Gundam Wing, but, you know, giant robot with wings and a sword, tail. Count me in. I'm in.
Yeah.
This is Bandai, not SHF.
I've been trying to get you into some of those Gundam shows, or I think you said you were watching a couple of them, and Gundam Wing was what I grew up on, which I think a lot of Americans did, because if you talk to somebody else or like a lot of hardcore anime people, that's like, oh, Gundam Wing's like very middle of the road. I'm like, that's all I know. So Epion was like the main guy, the main bad guy in those.
That'll be what I start watching after I finish the Gundam Seed. I think there's these 2 seasons and then maybe a movie or something like that. I don't know. I have to pretty much look up the watch orders every time because there's so much Gundam stuff to watch if you wanted to. But those were on Netflix. They were easy. Gundam Wing might also be on Netflix. I don't remember. But yeah, those are fun. We just went to the laundromat yesterday, and then I finally got around to reading the Free Comic Book Day Gundam comic and posted that. And then one of my coaching clients texted me, and she was like, oh, I didn't know you knew Gundam. Like, that's what I grew up on too. So she was excited that I got an action figure of it too. Next up, we're going to go back to Marvel Legends. Got 2-pack Captain America and Venom. Are these sold out, or do you have any left?
No, we've got some left. Okay. I think we've got like 20 or so left. They have been steadily ahead now. I think that's one of the more popular of the Gamerverse set. I guess there's 2-packs and solo figures, but that one's been going well. It's been selling better than Wolverine and Silver Samurai.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I haven't obviously taken them out of the box yet, but I say this all the time, anytime we talk about Venom, and I'm like, I've got so many Venoms, I don't know why. He's not even my favorite character. And I have essentially, I think, the same Venom 4 different times already. But looking at him in the box, I'm like, dang, that's a sweet figure, and I'm glad I've got this. And I don't know what it is about Venom, but I just want more Venom action figures. And Captain America also looks cool too, so I'm excited to get these out, play with them. I mean, I know some people are kind of like, they want their chainmail on Captain America, but for me, I kind of like more of this smooth suit look. I think it looks more comic booky, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
I like those ones a lot. The Venom. So I was a little surprised how much I liked the Venom. I know people have had issues with the paint. I think around like the mouth on the sides. It's kind of hit or miss for some folks there, but I don't know. I kind of like the blue. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it actually looks pretty good when you're holding it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's maybe a similar blue as what they're going to use for the next 2099 Spider-Man. Maybe a little bit darker on the Spider-Man, but that should be up for pre-order, I think. Is that maybe next week or the following week, which they haven't announced it, so I don't know when MCM is, but I would think that that's when they would announce the rest of that wave. For those,
because there's 2099 Spider-Man, and then what's the villain's name?
Cardiac.
Have they announced any more for that?
No, that's my guess is that they're waiting until MCM in London
MSMA.
to reveal the wave, and I don't know how that convention works or when it is exactly, and that might not even be the case. But I remember seeing somebody say that that wave goes up for pre-order October 20 something ish. So that's why
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, that's got to be soon. If that was true, that wasn't like an official Hasbro saying that or anything, so that could be wrong.
Well, apparently, I missed the like cardiac craze or something because people are going nuts for that figure, and I'm like, I didn't even know who that was until they announced it. So I'm like, I
Yeah,
apparently have been in the dark on cardiac. Not that I'm a
I
huge
mean,
Spider-Man fanboy, but I was a little
I
surprised.
think, yeah, I think that's more just like the it was originally they were saying like you couldn't do cardiac because there was something with the creator had some sort of rights to it, which I don't even know how that works because
Hmm.
like Todd McFarlane doesn't have any say in what happens with Venom. Like the creators almost never have any sort of right to those
Right.
kind of creation, unless it's like, Conan being in Marvel comics for a little while, but that was just kind of like on loan for a little bit. So it makes sense that they can't do a Marvel Legend of him if they don't have him currently in Marvel. But I guess that was the case with Cardiac, was something with the creator. They must have worked something out where
Hmm.
now we're getting a Cardiac. But I think like Shartimus and Displaying Model Behaviors were like often like saying they wanted a Cardiac. So I think that brought it kind of to a lot of Marvel Legend fans front of their minds. But I think it looks very cool. You also mentioned another one that I got. It's the Silver Samurai and Wolverine 2-pack, which I don't know. Some people have said Wolverine seems too big. To me, that's totally fine because I think, get him in a dynamic pose. He's supposed to crouch down real good. So I'm excited to see that. I'm also interested in the single jointed elbows because I know a lot of people were not happy about that, but it looks like they still move just as well as double jointed elbows. And I think they look better than double jointed elbows to me. Have you gotten this one open and played with it yet?
Hmm. That's probably my favorite Wolverine right now. I really like that Wolverine a lot. Just I don't know, kind of the bulkier figure. Like when I think of Wolverine, it's kind of that over exaggerated look that he's got. But the Silver Samurai, well, it's a figure.
Yeah.
But I was a little surprised with that one. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
It looks cool. Once if you get it posed right, it works.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think that one is it's not doing as well as the other Gamerverse figures, and I think it's a little bit because that Silver Samurai is not giving people exactly I don't know the figure they want maybe. But
Sure.
man that Wolverine though is pretty cool in my opinion. Love the
Yeah.
huge claws. I've got mine. First thing I did was do the cannonball pose so I could see
Mm-hmm.
how far he can get his knees up. But yeah, that's
Nice.
a really good one.
Um, Ray says, hell no to going back to single jointed elbows. But I'm saying, why does it matter if you go back to single jointed elbows? If it moves just as well as a double jointed elbow, that means it's going to look better being single jointed. What's the downside? If we still have the same range, I say I'd rather have less cuts in my figure. But I understand, like, if it was going to like hinder something, but it doesn't seem like this. Again, I don't have it opened in hand yet, but watching other people's reviews and everything, it seems like it moves just as well. Ray says it doesn't. So I guess, what do I know? I just have a boxed action figure. That's it from my Go New Meta box, but I did get another package, and that is this Spider-Man. And this, you may not think this looks like much, but this is every Spider-Man comic between 1962, 1963, and 2024. So that's like, I don't even know how many comics that is. A crap load. So actually, I'll open it up and see kind of what we're working with. Oh, there's got kind of your key issues. You got the death of Gwen Stacy, death of Captain Stacy, probably first appearance of Doc Ock up there, Spider-Man quitting, Spider-Verse, all that stuff. So let's see. I feel like I'm going to need something sharp to cut that with. Talk to the people, David. Tell them what's up while I get scissors or knife.
Tell them what's up. I don't know what to do. Well, it does look like Just checking in. We do have a new Masters of the Universe wave that dropped today that I need to get up. So if you are into, I think somebody's asked about Masters of the Universe. It looks like we've got Mosquitor, Mantenna, and Anti-Eternia He-Man that are all going to be up for pre-order today.
He-Man and Blackface?
Yes. Ooh. I'm going to be disappointed when that one sells too well. Yeah, that is a sketchy looking He-Man. But yeah, it looks like I just got notice from the distributors that those are out. So those will be up. And then yesterday, if you didn't follow Strong Collectors, we had the Page Punchers Ninja Turtles went up. Very cool. I actually saw one of those at Target. I was shocked to see that at Target already. I'm like, maybe. And McFarlane releases stuff really odd in like odd ways, because it's like that all went up for pre-order yesterday, and they apparently are in stores already. So I was tempted to pick it up, but I've already got like cases of that coming in. So we'll wait till then. But it actually looks pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the Page Puncher style with McFarlane. So
yeah,
the Wonder Woman Page Puncher is like one of my favorite figures of the year. And I'm not a McFarlane person at all, but it just looks so cool that I'm just like going to keep it and just, enjoy it, I guess, in package. But
yeah.
Anyways, that's my rant while you're doing your thing.
Nice. All right. So take it out of the slipcover, pulls out.
So, what is this though?
So this is it's like a flash drive.
Oh, wow.
That has every Spider-Man comic. And I don't know exactly if it's like, because, there's all the like spin-offs of Amazing Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099. I don't think it has like all those like spin-off things, but I think it's everything looks like Amazing Spider-Man. So it's a regular flash drive. And they said that they're updating it now too. So I think these ship the end of the month. So this is like they sent it to me to try out to talk to the people about. But when they send out the next version, I think it's going to be like a multi flash drive. So it's going to have like, this is just regular USB, but they're going to have one that goes, I think USB, like USB-C Lightning, so that you don't have to have an adapter to plug it into your stuff, depending on what your plugs are. But then, yeah, you plug this in and then it gives you like access to, I've seen like, you can like kind of go by the decades or so. So, like Spider-Man in the 70s and then read those comics. But yeah, it's in kind of like it's like a foam backing thing. So it's going to stay protected as it travels. But yeah.
That's cool.
Going to be a lot of Spider-Man reading, because I was planning, or actually I already did cancel my Marvel Unlimited because I had the highest tier so I could get the Marvel Legend. And I wasn't really that interested in the new Symbiote Spider-Woman. So canceled it, but now I can at least still read my Spider-Man. But they're going to have versions of this that is Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Captain America. Did I say X-Men? Might have said X-Men already. Maybe something else too. So like maybe Iron Man. That's the other one. So you can get those, and I think they ship out at the end of the month. But I'll do kind of probably a more in-depth chat about it once I'm able to pull it up on screen and actually click through the comics and see what it's all like. Okay. Awesome as a team. Okay, so you're probably upset that Jordan and I are beefing. I think it's going to take another strong collector to bring us back together. So go reach out to Shardimus Prime, see if he can do a mediation to bring us back. But it's definitely possible. I'd be willing to come to the table if Jordan would come to the table. But okay, that's all of my haul that I got. We did have a question earlier, what your favorite figures are to collect. Yeah, what's your favorite toy line?
Oh, my favorite toy line. Well, I mean, Marvel Legends is obviously the easiest answer, but I'd say recently Mythic Legions has probably been up there too. Just got my newest Mythic Legion in. Grabbed this guy I was showing Dakota the other day. Got Heaven's Brand. Very excited about him. So yeah, they're just so much fun. They're detailed. My son's getting a kick out of them because he can like pop. He's enjoying the pop and swaps. So we've been doing those together. So I'd say that's been kind of a close second. Marvel Legends always has my heart, but I'm enjoying those ones a lot. So to not be too generic with the most popular collector wave in the world, I'll say Legions for now has been a really fun one.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at with collecting too. Is like obviously I just got a bunch of Marvel Legends in, but Mythic Legions is. I feel like I usually explain it as like McFarlane's. I usually get them and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I got what I was expecting for the most part, and I haven't been getting a lot of the newer ones, and I know the newer ones have kind of been upgraded from when I was like collecting them more heavily. Then Marvel Legends, I'm usually like, oh yeah, this is what I got. I was expecting this, and then Mythic Legions, I'm always like, how did they put this much in the box? I love this, so big fan of those. And you can get your Mythic Legions and Marvel Legends at Go New Meta. Use code Strong101 to get 10% off.
Which we have interesting news on the Legions front too, with happenings there. I don't know if we can talk about that really quick.
We could, yeah. I think we'll do like a light announcement, and then I want to have like Trevor or like a big name Legion guy on, so that we have all that happenings too. But no, I think that's totally fine, because here, I'll pull up a picture of it while you slowly lead into it.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I'm sure if you followed Strong Collectors and if you've been buying stuff for me on GoNewMeta.com, you've seen I have been slowly introducing Mythic Legions in, as they have graciously let me start to carry their line. So we've got what was the most recent wave? Einsamall, and then we put up the Otho, and I always forget the orc's name. We had those two up. So they're letting me introduce a lot of the new stuff, and the zombies are up there now too. If you've taken a look at like the rocker zombie and then the like construction worker zombie, which probably my two favorite recent releases that are pre-orders they put up. But we worked out a deal so that Dakota got me in front of the right people to talk about getting some of their exclusives for Legion Con. So I've got old exclusives now that they're letting me buy the backstock on, which are these two right here. So we'll have those in stock at a relatively good price for folks. But hopefully in the future, this means that they're going to let me start carrying, be the other person that carries them besides Big Bad Toy Store after Legion's Con. So that'll be hopefully a big move in the right direction for New Meta and getting more of that Four Horsemen presence on our website, because I want to hopefully have as much of that as I can possibly get. They're just so cool, right? And I enjoy them, and hopefully can get them out to you guys.
Yeah. And like this 2-pack here is, I think, crazy good value of like what you're going to get in the box, because you've got, and even if you're not like a Cosmic Legion collector, like these kind of have the vibes of other collecting habits of like, you've got kind of a Boba Fett looking mold, or like character on the left, where you can put the like kind of jetpack looking thing on with the more Boba Fett looking helmet, and then the other one kind of looks kind of alien predator-ish to me. But again, you could like swap out, like the nice thing about this one is the extra parts that it comes with. So you can get the standard versions. Maybe, I don't know if those might have sold out since then, but you get the, like you can see on him right now, he's got the bare kind of lizard looking arms, but you've got the more armored up arms you could put on there too, to change him from being this reptilian type of alien to be more just spaceman looking if you wanted to. So those are going to be fun, and then I'm super excited for this current year's Legion Con exclusives too, because those look really fun, and again, crazy value packed into them. Do you think we would be able to get the pre-order bonus faces when you're selling amazing Yamaguchi Rebel Tech figures?
No, I've looked into those a little bit, but that may change, because I'm relatively new to the Rebel Tech stuff, but it's been selling really well. So I think if I get earlier on with some of their pre-orders, that might be a possibility, but I'll have to look into it. Yeah, short answer right now is no. Okay. And then I see Carl Heading asked, "Are we going to get the Gamerverse Juggernauts?"
I was just going to pull up. Yeah, I was just going to pull up.
Yes, we are. They're coming. I swear to God, they're coming.
All right, but we'll just get to that slide. Yeah. So this was the email that David sent out of all of the kind of like pre-order updates. So I guess, yeah, we'll go through Gamerverse Juggernaut first. Like pretty much everything on this list is shipping out to us right now, right?
Oh yeah, I mean the only one that's not is this Black Series. I don't know how to say his name. Chimera, the Stranger figure.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, in my position, like I'm just kind of at the whims of the distributors and the manufacturers. Like when they decide to send us stuff, we get it. And all of the Gamerverse stuff was like pretty much on time or early, except for Juggernaut. My Juggernaut order got delayed, or I don't know what happened. I don't know what happens. Maybe they sent it to like Hong Kong, then back to the U.S., and then I'm gonna get it now. But it is on the way, so we do have Juggernaut. They're not sold out, so if you need one, I should have it probably like Monday, Tuesday next week, and I'll start shipping those out. Start the pre-order madness again because I've been doing nothing but packaging Gamerverse pre-orders for like the past 2.5 weeks.
Right.
So that's Juggernaut. Along with that, same thing. Like I got all of the Magic the Gathering Legends crossover wave, all of them, but the Mary Jane figures came. And again, she's on her way along with Juggernaut. They're coming in the same load, so I'll have both of them at the same time. And then the rest are more or less like Maximum Deadpool and Strong Guy. I'm getting pretty much when I thought I would be getting them because we're usually most online retailers are about like a week or 2 weeks after normal, like your big box retail stores get them, like your GameStop or Target. They always get stuff first, and then we're usually like close second after that. Go figure, Hasbro wants to make sure they have everything first. So those are coming next, along with, I know Dial Tone's been a popular one for GI Joes. He's coming along with those, and the surprisingly popular GI Joe's Classified Police Emergency Unit, which are sold out. But more or less, I was just trying to push this all call out for everybody that's buying stuff from me because I'm getting a lot of questions on those ones, and they're all on the way. Those ones. The only one that I am still in the dark on is the Black Series Chimera figure. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The Stranger. That's the only one that I've got, and I got like a couple in, and I sent those out, but I don't know where the rest of my shipment's at. So I talk to my distributors, and they're like, it's probably on the way, which is not a lot of information, but we should have them. So if you are one of the people that has the Stranger and you happen to find him somewhere, I am never offended if you have to cancel an order because you find that figure in the wild and you want to buy it. And I am never offended by that. I want you guys to get your stuff as quick as you can. So if you find it on your own, go for it. Just come back and buy the next figure from me. But anyways, that's the debrief on all that info.
Nice. And then I'm used to getting, or like emails from my all the different toy stores and places, but I'm not used to at the end of the emails seeing or reply to this email if you have any questions, because usually it's like an automated like bot sending out the emails or like a customer service type thing where you email it and then it says like, oh, thanks for your email thing, we'll get back to you as soon as we can, and then maybe you hear from a person at some point. But I thought this is another reason why New Meta is one of the best in the business, because when you get an email, you can reply to that email and talk to a real person, which is you. So I think that's a good personal touch of, there's actual human care at the end of this. Then
we try, and people do reply to that email or any email I send, really. So
yeah,
you can always reach out, and it's always me talking to you. So if you ever need anything, help on an order or whatnot.
If we go back, I had one of our subscribers sent me a message and talking about how other places like Amazon and GameStop have raised their prices on standard Marvel Legends to $30, which I think, action figure prices could be a whole episode in itself. And I actually have one recorded, so maybe that'll be next week if I get around to editing that, or if I want to do something different. But they've raised the price to standard figures to be $30, and I said, not at Go New Meta, baby. Still $27.99. And then I already had these graphics made the week before where, like I said, Amazon raised the price of Werewolf by Night and standard Marvel Legends to $30. Go New Meta still has them $27.99. Maximum Deadpool, you actually took a picture at GameStop also, and it's also on Amazon for $61.99. Go New Meta, $49.99. Even the Scooby-Doo figures I saw on Amazon were going for $40. At New Meta, they're $30. So go get them there. And on top of all those already savings. Use code STRONG101 or KiffenTron101 or any of those to get 10% off. $5 flat rate shipping. Unless you spend $100, then it's free. So
Yeah. Well, Amazon's the interesting one to me. I used to do a little bit of Amazon stuff, but I don't anymore because they really cut into your fees quite a bit. But I was reading something as I was doing some research on like new sales channels and stuff, and it was talking about Amazon for retailers, and it's like, oh, and make sure you bump your prices up like $2 to $3 above retail now to start cutting into the Amazon fees. Which I thought was kind of interesting. I'm like, oh, they're recommending. So I'm sure, with Amazon, it is it's like people like me that sell on Amazon typically. So I'm like, oh, I think people are probably taking that information to heart. But the maximum Deadpool one's the one that really caught me off guard. I'm like, that's a whole, $12 more than what like the standard retail is supposed to be. So a little surprising to see that not surprised to see it from GameStop, I should say. They always, every now and then throw curveballs at us like that, but
true.
It's definitely not the price of that figure.
Right. And then speaking of prices going up, the made-to-order Sentinel was, you're going to have to help me out in the chat what it was. I think it was like $173, I think. And then now it's still like the pre-order window is closed, but they've raised the price up to be $219, I'm assuming for gearing up for like an in-stock sale of these when they do arrive, because I think I haven't looked today, but Dragon Man still might be available like as an in-stock item right now from Hasbro Pulse. So eventually I would assume these are going to go up there, but it's not going to be that 173 price anymore. It's going up to 219. So I mean, I don't know if that's like a tariff thing or if they're just like, piggybacking off the tariffs so that they can charge more. But yeesh, 219. I don't think this is worth it for 219. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, David?
I've seen a little. Has this been it seems like what people have, the ones that have been in hand for some folks, it looks pretty popular from what I've seen so far. So I don't know how much of that's, I mean, the tariff thing's kind of, I feel like, irrelevant now. I don't know why Hasbro would be adjusting this late for a figure like this. Maybe they are. I don't know. But I mean, I'm saving at this point, like that Apocalypse is coming down. I don't have time for a $119 Sentinel when that's coming down the pipe. So probably a bit pricey at this point. I don't know. It's like get a few of these or still hold out for that HasLab Sentinel that I supposedly will someday get. So
yeah, I think for me, I think I like the look of this one better even than the HasLab. But this is like, again, that's same with like my Cable. It's like I know the Sentinels mostly from the cartoon, so I want them to have that kind of look versus the more like comic accurate look. So I ordered 3 of these. I think Jordan's taken one of them, maybe. Did you want one of them? I didn't know if you were wanting them or if you were just going to take my extra stock to sell it no meta.
Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
Okay.
I would guess. I don't know. I'll have to wait. It's like Dragon Man for me because I was not in on Dragon Man, and then I started seeing people like videos of it and TikToks and everything. And then all of a sudden, you mentioned that like, oh, I know somebody has a Dragon Man. I'm like, well, now I want it. So that's probably going to happen at like a few weeks down the line. So,
because I was going to say, I've got another person on the line. If you turn it down, they're ready to snatch it up. So let me know which way you decide.
Yeah, I'll keep you posted.
Titan Sentinels would be interesting. I don't know if you have access to selling those, but that would probably be cool to stock. Still running $24 for a 12-inch Sentinel. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Obviously not going to be as articulated as this, but a 12-inch Sentinel for $20 versus a 24-ish inch Sentinel for $219 seems like a pretty good deal. So yeah, I am interested to see, like, because we always do those like speculation videos of like, should you order multiple of these to then, flip when they come out? Dragon Man kind of made me think, can you hear the street sweeper out here? Is it not too bad?
No, can't hear it at all.
Okay, good. Dragon Man was kind of interesting because he came out and it seemed like, that would, and when he went made to order and then switched to in stock and you could buy them just directly, you're kind of like, okay, well, maybe this hurts the reason to buy multiple if I can't turn around and make a little bit of a profit. But then now even Dragon Man is up $10 from his original price. Now he was $89.99. Now he's $99.99. So I guess that lifts the price up a little bit. But then I kind of wonder, like, are we going to see that with Mephisto where he goes up another whatever? Like this obviously is way more than a $10 increase, but Kiffintron's regretting not having a Sentinel now too. That's what I'm saying. I feel like even though you're saying, or no, I think you said you're going to get the Apocalypse, but I think, you just got to order the made to orders for the most part. Like I think both of us were like, we don't care about Mephisto, so we didn't order it. But for other stuff that you're like, I don't know, maybe I kind of like it, but I don't really want to spend that much, you probably should just put the order in and then cancel it. Ray ordered 2. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited to see these in hand, get them, and like I said, I wish I could have had 3, but I'll be happy with 2 because where was I ever going to put 3 in the first place? So now I get to help out other people that didn't order them. All right, let's switch over to, I'll pull up the website and we can kind of talk about different pre-orders that are.
That's been a busy past 2 months with pre-orders. Good grief.
Okay, so this is the Stranger you were talking about. It's on its way. But here we go. Oh, look at that banner, baby.
Yeah,
whoever made that is a genius.
Yeah, somebody made that banner. Photoshop pretty well.
All right, so let's go. Is there any pre-orders you want to highlight right off the bat?
Well, it's showing my the banner streams are definitely showing the main ones right now. The let's see there, the new Build-A-Figure wave, which you and I talked about it. I'm not super excited for the Build-A-Figure itself. I know a lot of people want that Executioner for some reason. I'll probably do it because, again, like I'm addicted to Build-A-Figures and Legends, so I'll end up getting because there's a few of these that I do really want now. Like I think, Werewolf by Night, or Werewolf at Night. Is it by night or at night? I'm
by night.
Yeah, by night. Definitely want that. Super bummed that he has virtually nothing else in the box with him besides the Build-A-Figure piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me a neutral face or something. But I'll still take him because I have been wanting. I'm one of the ones that has wanted that figure. And then Warbow, I'm definitely enjoying these kind of obscure characters that Marvel has just thrown at us that look cool, like Warbow, Crystar, Rom. So he kind of falls in that same vein for me. So I'll get him. And then I love Dark Avengers. So I'm going to grab that Dark Avengers Spider-Man. I do need a new Enchantress, even though she's not big for me. I'm saying this all out. I'm going to end up with the entire wave. So
true.
That's because I'm talking to this. I'm like, at that point, I need to just go ahead and finish it. So that's where I'm at there. But it's pretty cool. They've sold very well. And that's a great thing with Build-A-Figure waves is everybody buys every single figure. Typically, whenever they want to buy one, they need the rest. So it's good for business, and I think it's fun. I think it's a good way for all of us, especially around Halloween time, to get that werewolf. What else?
And what about thinking of the Build-A-Figure wave? Have you considered selling figures loose so that you could sell just the Build-A-Figure itself, and then maybe sell Werewolf by Night? Or you probably have to do dynamic pricings and figure out okay, Werewolf by Night might be a little bit hotter seller than people maybe don't want their 50th Iron Man, and you sell Iron Man for 15, Werewolf by Night for 20, and then you sell the Build-A-Figure for 100 or whatever it is. Have you thought of doing that?
I have. I honestly just don't know if I'm going to go that direction or not. I know some retailers that do that and have success with it because some people just want those figures. It's just a lot more. I'm a one-man show, so it's just as much of the tedious work as I can cut out, I try to. So that would be one of those things that maybe at some point in the future, if that makes sense, I'll do it. But for this wave, I'm not going to.
Sure.
If they were doing Build-A-Figure waves way more often, than they're doing right now, I probably would consider something like that, but
Okay.
not right now.
Let's talk mythic zombies. So we've got the male zombie, the female zombie, and then you've got the 2 accessory packs, which I think the accessory packs are like a surprisingly cheap, like $25 for full soft goods, like change of clothes seems like a very good deal to me. And even the zombies themselves come with a good amount of accessories too, because you've got the alternate heads, saw, cutters, hands, feet, wraps, make just different zombies within the box. Plus, then you add in the accessory kit, and you got a whole nother zombie.
Yeah, these ones are, I think, some of my favorite Four Horsemen pre-orders recently. I'm a huge sucker for like anything horror, zombies, werewolves, vampires, and I've mentioned Dakota multiple times that I would love to have gotten there's like one Mythic Legions like zombie builder zombie that
Undead
you
builder
have.
pack.
It's like that bluer tone skin, or at least in the pictures it looks bluer tone. And then we were talking about that, and then like a week later they announced these, or they start bringing these out, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get like 2 or 3 of each of those because I love like army building zombies. So I'm pretty pumped for those ones. I was excited when those came out.
Yeah, even bringing up the female zombie here. Let's see what she's got. So she's got a couple of rats, alternate hands, a skeleton arm that they're saying you can port this on her if you want to, or you can like have her carrying it like a weapon, or just she's dragging around another skeleton arm. But I thought that was kind of cool. You could have like her flesh like rotted off of her arm if you wanted to, and the varying degrees of how long she's been maybe underground, of like a little bit fresher, and then she's been there for a little while. So I thought those were cool. And then you got, I think this one kind of gives me like Friday the 13th vibes. Is that what this is? Freddy? Jason?
Oh yeah, I can see that a little bit of that look. I mean, that just looks like, I mean, I was watching Night of the Living Dead yesterday actually, and that was like the first movie I thought of when I saw that figure. Or that kind of like contemporary zombie style. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I want to add them to if I want to do something with them and make them a part of like my Mythic Legions display, then it will probably work out pretty well with the soft goods and being able to remove and kind of change things out. So I'm excited for those.
All right. I'm curious what the chat has to say about He-Man stuff, because I was talking to David before this. I said, are you going to put up the Mondo 112th He-Man? And he said no, which it's, we don't have any Mondo stuff on the site right now, so it makes sense. You're not going to branch out, but I think those look pretty sweet. And I've kind of said like I'm going to go with the Mattel route, because I can get this whole wave plus probably a whole nother figure for the same price as the one Mondo He-Man. That being said, I do have some Entertainment Earth credits that I might use to get the Mondo He-Man. I might just do like He-Man and Skeletor, the Mondos.
Yeah. What is that Mondo He-Man coming in at?
I think on Entertainment Earth he was 110 or so.
I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures of it, and it is a really good looking He-Man.
Yeah, 104.99.
7 1/4 inch shawl.
Yeah, I can bring up the
picture. You mentioned that again. The thing with picking up like a single figure, I'm very much a completionist. So if I pick up one thing Mondo, I want to make sure I have multiple Mondo items in there, and my access to Mondo is pretty limited. So I mean, as a one-off, this could be something. And then you've got the Origins ones that came out that also look really good. So those are up. There's a lot of He-Man stuff coming out recently.
Yeah, which I'm surprised those like dropped like right next to each other, which is, like I said, that it makes my decision much harder, because like I said, the Scooby-Doo figures were probably my most anticipated of the year. The Mondo He-Man one was probably my most, I don't know, not like I was stressed, but like I thought it was a very cool figure, but they didn't say the price until like recently. And I was like, ooh, if that's, cheap enough, I might go for it. $100 a figure plus like Clawful they have too, which is more because he's bigger. I'm like, I cannot build a Masters of the Universe at $100 plus per figure.
Ooh, yeah.
So I was like, that's why I'm going to go Mattel. but then I might still just grab those like He-Man and Skeletor only to have my like, more nice definitive versions of the characters. But yeah, much easier to buy a $20 He-Man than a $105 He-Man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and everybody's got differing opinions of Mattel, but I do appreciate the $20 price point for figures, and those look good too. I like the Origins look. I haven't carried a ton of Origins throughout my time. It's been mainly the Masterverse lines, but starting to make sure I pick up more and more of them. But these, yeah, these ones are pretty fun.
Yeah, I've never had any in this style of packaging. I was expecting more of like whatever the other style of He-Man is. But again,
oh yeah,
like
they've got. Let me see if where are they? So we've got. Still have some over here because one thing they do too is all the crossover stuff.
Oh yeah,
they've got like the Thundercats, human crossover, but the packaging's fun. It's really retro. They had that. And let's see. Yeah, here we go. This was a popular one, Battle Cat, the Battle Cat crossover figure. So they're pretty cool. They definitely, for a lot of us older collectors, take you back a bit. But yeah, it's not as big a packaging as you're used to if you're like a Legends collector right now or something comparable.
All right, let's go back again. What we got up here? Oh yeah, the Page Punchers, Ninja Turtles, which you kind of talked about. I think this Shredder looks very good, and coming with the multiple accessories. I think it's kind of interesting. Instead of doing toe joints, they just did a bent foot.
Oh.
And for these being the IDW, that is a little bit tempting to me because that's the Ninja Turtles comics that I'm currently reading. So yeah, that's just a cool looking cover. Even if you didn't care about the contents, put that in your like background of the display for the Ninja Turtles. That looks good.
Yeah, I saw, and I was mentioning earlier, I actually saw the Leonardo at Target today, which again surprised me how quickly I saw that, as I just listed those the other day. But it looks really good. Like if you are an inbox collector, these display really well, better than most McFarlane figures do. But worth noting, from my distributors, Shredder and I can't speak right now. Shredder and the Foot Soldier, are both sold out already on their sites. So what I've got is all I'm going to get for now, at least, but surprised me because usually stuff doesn't sell out that quickly, and when it does, I was the Foot Soldier and Shredder as opposed to the Turtles. But I guess people wanted a good Foot Soldier and Shredder. But yeah, those ones are going to be harder to come by, I'm going to imagine. So I don't know if you'll see those in stores.
Not bad. I went back on this. I tried to go back on the other screen. Yeah, I think I don't have. Oh, the only Ninja Turtle stuff I have is the Super 7 Turtles from 2003 show. Those are pretty cool. Like I said, that's like my cartoon version of the Turtles. These would be the comic book versions that I know.
Your sound's off a little bit. You're sounding a little muffled right now. Maybe that's just me.
No, I probably joined in with the wrong mic.
Oh, that's better. Yep.
Oh, okay. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So yeah, these would be my comic versions of Turtles. The others will be my cartoon, but I don't know. Look at all this stuff. I don't even know where I'm going to put all this stuff. I'm kind of already maxed out on space before I even open these up. So, and then I've still got Cosmic Legion stuff to come from Jordan. He's holding on to those for me. So, and then where's that going to go? Who knows? I just have to ship things back to storage or something. But okay. Moving on from Turtles, let's go down to these G.I. Joes. I don't know much about G.I. Joes, but these do look pretty cool. We got one.
Yeah, I mean,
this zombie thing this seems pretty popular, is it?
Yeah, really popular. Mole Rat, zombified Mole Rat, and I'm not a huge GI. I mean, like I collect some of the GI Joes, or my son does, so I collect vicariously through him. So every time I throw up a GI Joes wave, I have no clue what's going to happen. right? And this wave has gone crazy. So I doubled up a lot of my orders actually. So the mole rat has been very popular. And I was just talking to somebody. So River Billiam, I was talking to him, and I was just saying like, because we were trying to get this like our little zombie video for my Instagram ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, I wish GI Joe. You'd think GI Joe would have a zombie figure that you could get, and hasn't been one in a while. And then like 2 days later, that they announced, I'm like, man, timing.
Yeah.
So that's been popular. Then the most popular one by far is that Night Viper. People have been clamoring for that. So that's a good one. Big Lob has been getting a lot of love too. So I'm sure in the GI Joe community, they know who these people are or who these characters are, and they've been probably waiting for them. I would guess.
Yeah.
So
I think this medic looks cool too.
yeah, they're all fun, and I like how like with the I love the pictures, how they've got like kind of a story going on with the pictures even. So you've got like the medic. It's obviously a zombie apocalypse. Did my son
coming with the like oxygen masks. This is crazy how much stuff that they pack in the boxes with these GI Joe figures.
Oh, I know.
Like, I don't know anything about GI Joe, but these figures make me wish I did.
Yeah, it's my son's got them all over in his room. Who just walked in here, knowing that I was on a stream, asking if he could play Nintendo Switch. So
get you while you're vulnerable.
Yeah, he's got all his figures displayed, and then he's just got this massive box of all their accessories, which is like twice the size of like the accessories boxes I keep in there comparatively. So a lot of fun. So those have been popular.
Nice. All right. How much like is the Atom Smasher and Spectre doing anything?
Let me check. I've sold a few.
Because I feel like the only time he had done the Spectre before, it was a McFarlane exclusive, and it sold out super fast. So I don't know if having the re-release was getting people excited for it again.
Yeah, I think Spectre is one that everybody really wants. I'm sure my guess is within a lot of the McFarlane collecting communities that they're not happy that it's in a 2-pack.
Right.
Because now you're paying an amped up price. I mean, $80 that's a lot. So you're getting a cool Atom Smasher though, like a more probably easier to fit into your collection type of Atom Smasher. But that Spectre I know has been, even when I was talking to my distributor, they always kind of give you the details on like, oh, we're pretty sure this one's going to be popular. And they're like, yeah, that Spectre, we think people are going to be, hustling for. So let me see how sales on that are going really quick.
Yeah, I think that Atom Smasher, I don't think he's done a comic version of it. He's done the movie version, which is pretty close to a comic accurate Atom Smasher. But yeah, this one looks pretty good too.
Yeah, we've sold a few of them. And I didn't buy a ton because the price point's so high. So I didn't want to keep too many in inventory. Plus, they're big. Usually those 2-packs are bulky. You look at the cape on that Spectre. It's really cool. It's almost like I wish they would just sell him by himself because I know he would sell really well. Probably my only feedback there. But they know what they're doing, right? Because they know people want Spectre. So let's throw in this guy and then up the price point.
Yeah. All right, moving past those. Mortal Kombat and Avatar. I haven't really seen much chatter about the Avatar figures. Are those doing many numbers on sales yet, or?
No, yeah, there's some figures that we just throw out there because like I have access to them. It's McFarlane, but I'm like, as I'm putting the effort into posting those, I'm like, ugh, I doubt these sell well. Like one-off movie sets for figures usually never sell super well. So, they haven't. I think I've sold a couple of each. Also, I did see those in stores today too. So I actually saw one. I can't remember which of those figures. Man, it looks cool. It's definitely like a McFarlane figure. But
what about Raiden and Reptile? I imagine those are probably much more popular.
Really, those are selling. Those are selling better than the first wave because it was Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, and then Katana, who came as the chase in the set. Those sell pretty well, but for some reason, Raiden and Reptile are selling like much better, which surprises me a bit. They're both really unique. I think we haven't had a good classic Reptile hardly ever. So that's my favorite Mortal Kombat character. So I'm pumped for Reptile.
Nice.
And Raiden, he's the god of lightning. So I'm sure people are pumped for him. But
Yeah, I would
those
love
are
to see if Jada could get the Mortal Kombat line, because I think they would crush it. I mean, I think McFarlane does a really good job in all the sculpting and everything, but if you wanted very like posing action, like fighting scenes, I think Jada would be the one to go with.
We just need Jada to get the rights to every fighting game ever made, and just keep cranking them out.
I was thinking I'd be interested to see if they would do like Tekken, because I was like, I played some Mortal Kombat, but it was kind of like I had like really old Mortal Kombat, then I had modern Tekken stuff, and then I didn't get back to Mortal Kombat again until, well, I guess that's not true. I had PlayStation 2 Mortal Kombat game, but I don't know. It seemed like I played a lot more Tekken when I was younger.
We could get them the rights to any game made before like 1995 or something like that. Then they would just knock it out of the park.
Yeah,
that seems to be all they're doing.
True. I mean, even having like a Super Smash Bros. Line, I think would go crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be a fun one. Killer Instinct. I mean, there's a lot of games. I'm sure it's nostalgic. Mid 30-year-olds would be running for. Like those was it Balrog and Akuma. Those are selling really well too. Like they announced those a while ago, I think, and we finally got those up, and they have I think have about sold out of both, or have got at least like a third of the inventory left on the pre-orders. But
yeah, those look pretty good.
I say it all the time, but Jada, they're knocking it out of the park. Get as much as you can. Now you've got your first. You'll finally be able to do some Jada stuff of your own now. Finally.
I mean, I've handled Jordan's what was it, the stretchy guy, Dalsim, but yeah, these my first in hand. These are my figures, so give the official review on Jada. This will probably be about as far as we go in. This Soundwave looks pretty cool. I don't know much about Transformers, but I like Soundwave.
Everybody knows Soundwave. Yeah. I don't love doing the Masterpiece stuff because they're just really expensive figures. I usually try to avoid the super expensive toy lines, but like when they said it was Soundwave, I'm like, oof, people are going to buy a Soundwave, so I better grab a couple. I'll grab a few of him and his Laserbeak, and that sounded weird. And his Laserbeak, yep. Grab a few of those and get those on the site. So it's selling, they're about sold out. I didn't buy a ton again because I don't love doing the high volume with those high price points, but it's cool. I've got my Soundwave though, so I don't need another one.
Yeah. Got Iceman, and then those two Legacies of Mythos. I'm super excited for both of these. Like all three of these, actually. I'm probably going to be grabbing that Iceman, Otho, and Urzok.
Yeah, again, the past 2 months, month and a half have been awesome pre-orders. I mean, that's the Iceman I went to. I ordered a lot of him because I know people are going to want him. And then Otho and Urzok, is that his name?
Yeah,
those are two. Again, like I feel like everything coming out right now for anybody, like McFarlane, Marvel Legends, I'm like, I want this. Same with the if we go even further, you've got the Conan the Barbarian, the Queen of the Black Coast, and the Conan figure. But I'm like, I haven't ever done too much with boss fight, but I'm like, I really like those. So
yeah, I don't know who she is, but just the fact that you can get the two different looks, I think is really cool. Kind of the more probably fighting outfit, and then the more walking through the streets. Same with Conan. Like he's got the classic this look, but then you've also got, I feel like this is also a classic look. I just don't know if I've read comics with him in his like chainmail shirt thing. But yeah, I mean, these aren't coming out until next year, like around this time, right? Yeah, so these are going to be a ways out.
We've got a lot of time for those, which is pretty typical of boss fight, and which I love. I'm getting like Hasbro right now is like, or in McFarlane's even worse, but it's like, pre-order today, and then it's like not supposed to come out until January, and it's like, actually we're gonna give it to you next month. It's like, I had like a month to get the pre-orders sold. It's miserable, but boss fight, they respect our time a little bit more.
Nice. And are these Are these popular on the site right now, or is it? Because that's what I always wonder. I wonder if it's such a long pre-order window. Do people like pre-order it now, or they're like, I'll just wait until later, and then maybe it sells out, and then they try to rush and get them at the end?
Yeah, boss fight's pretty typical. Like I'll sell a couple of everything, never high volume. And then usually with stuff like that, once I have it in stock, people are more interested in getting it.
Gotcha.
So it is what it is. But I personally am excited. Like I've always kind of wanted a Conan figure, so I'll probably grab a couple of these. So I play a game called Conan Exiles. Dakota, you may or may not have heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
I play it every night for at least like 2 to 3 hours. It's probably the most played game in my life. These are like identical to like characters in the game. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do like a little like Conan Exiles tribute display. I see somebody mentioned Red Sonja, so that's another really popular boss fights figure. That I actually do have. There's a couple versions, the silver and the gold, and I'm getting both in here soon for her. So that's kind of been boss fights' most popular figure is the Red Sonja. And so they're kind of branching more into that like Conan the Barbarian type of lore. I'm getting my first shipment of boss fight stuff in here soon. Yeah, there's the gold one. Yeah. And that's I believe she's the limited edition gold.
Mm-hmm.
Which it looks
the really silver good. One is the same thing, just in silver, right?
Yeah. Which actually I think I missed for this scale. I think I missed the silver because I had just started when they had sold out of her. But I think I've got a different version of her, like the smaller scale. I think is what we're getting in.
Yeah, if this was silver, I probably would go for it. But I haven't. Like I'm also reading through Red Sonja comics now too from Dynamite. So maybe if she shows up in this a little more regularly, I'd be all about it. But the Conan ones are definitely tempting me more. But at the same time, I'm like, this seems like a good value for what I'm getting for a Red Sonja figure, and probably wouldn't need to get another Red Sonja with this one. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, there's the silver one. It's a 1/16 scale. Oh, yeah. That's what I thought.
This one is the 1/12, but it's kind of like the black and white.
Yeah, it's the black and white one. That's I think all I could get at the time before because they'd already the regular 1/12 scale silver Sonja like sold out, and I think I had just started retailing when that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they've got like 3 or 4 variants now on Red Sonja, so it's a very popular figure for them. But Boss Fight does some cool stuff.
I was gonna say, do you have access to like the Purgatory and other boss fight stuff, or maybe that stuff is sold out?
No, that's Loose Collectors that does Purgatory.
Oh, Loose Collector. Okay.
Yeah. Which I reached out to Loose Collectors, and I think I told you that they essentially said thank you, but no thank you to letting me carry. We already have our people, or we already have our vendors. So. But Boss Fight, they're doing what I'm really excited for too, and I'm really seeing the one Hellboy figure up there. Is that in order of? There's the ones. Yep. Pumped for those Hellboys figures.
Yeah.
So you got the Hellboy, you got Lobster Johnson, and the Pigman. Can never remember his name. But yeah, they're getting some interesting IPs over there. I don't know what the deal would be, but I would like to see him do like an Angela figure because she falls into that like Conan universe too, kind of not, right? So never know if they do one of her, but
probably gonna have to get Disney to let you do that.
I don't know who did. I mean, the right stuff between like the Conan, Red Sonja, Angela. I don't quite understand the dynamics there, but she's another one that's kind of in that world. It would be fun to kind of build out that.
I think Disney fully has her now, or they must, because like she's coming to Marvel Rivals now too.
Yeah,
I know she's like Thor's sister and all that, but.
And then she's also got like her Conan comics, so it's a funny character.
I'm interested. You don't have this guy in yet, right? No, this one I don't know anything about. Whatever this is, but as far as an alien goes, he looks fun.
He's coming somewhere. Yeah, they've got some unique stuff in there, and then I've got a lot of the what's it called? Go back. I think it's
this Court of the Dead stuff.
Court of the Dead. That's the line. So that seems to be one of their more popular lines because they keep releasing figures in that, and I've got a lot of those coming in. If I think something looks cool, I'm just going to get it anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've ordered a bunch of all those in. Some unique kind of, like Mythic Legions looking figures almost.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but it looks pretty cool. So I'm tempted.
Yeah. He's a good looking figure.
Okay, we'll go back. These you said are coming in pretty shortly,
Yeah,
right?
we're getting those like probably next week, those have been very popular. The page punchers and McFarlane's just crushing it right now. So those have been they're about sold out. I think I've got a few more of each left, but those will be in next week. So we'll have those soon.
Yeah, I think that Joker looks excellent.
Yeah.
Also pre-ordered the Nick Fury and Punisher 2-pack. Excited for those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about these SHFs. I'm sure Kiffintron could tell me. My Hero,
neither,
Chainsaw.
man.
Oh yeah, he said he liked Chainsaw Man. That was one of his favorites of all time. And then, oh wow, I'm surprised that the Dr. Midnight sold out.
Oh yeah, he sold out fast. And they only allowed me to buy like 18 of those.
Oh wow.
So I only sold 18. And I tried to get more, and they're like, nope, that is the limit for everybody. So I guess like it's very exclusive, or what the deal is. But
yeah,
that was all they let me sell.
Ray Paz wants to see some classic Flash Gordon, Zorro, Tarzan, the Phantom from Boss Fight. I think those would be excellent. Jordan doesn't shut up about wanting a Zorro figure.
I thought Boss Fight did Zorro already. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. Or it was a smaller scale Zorro.
Yeah, I think that might have been.
I think we were talking about that at one point, and we like looked him up.
Yeah,
he was like on the horse or something like that. No, the Phantom, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen a Phantom figure somewhere.
I think NECA might have done one.
Somebody did one. I just vaguely remember like walking through the Target collector aisle and seeing that thing out there.
Go up. Brands. Probably last thing I'll pull up. Some folks were surprised that we had Amazing Yamaguchi on the site, so just so you're aware, they are there. Kiffintron order these. You said there was only one left of each of these, right? Better get on that.
Okay, well, with the Attack on Titans, I'm like, I re-upped my order on a couple of them a week or two ago, and they've all about sold out. So we're like at like one or two per. I mean, they're expensive figures, but I think people. I mean, I'm not a huge anime fan, but I do know Attack on Titan, and these seem to be like the definitive figures for, Attack on Titan. So they look really cool.
Yeah. So if you're wanting those Attack on Titan figures, better act quick. That Arkham Knight kind of armor Batman looks cool to me.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, these have every single one of these has actually been selling. I've tried, and somebody asked about Mafex, which I don't do the Mafex anymore, which I had a few Mafex listed for a while, and they weren't selling, and also my access level to Mafex is very limited. So again, if I can't carry a lot, then I'm probably not going to carry it at all.
Yeah, it was like you only had access to because I remember when we were looking for that, it was like you could get the Nightmare Joker from the Snyderverse, and it was all the figures that have been for sale and on clearance, and nobody wants those figures, so no reason stocking them.
Yeah, like Black Adam that's been out for like a year, and so I'll try to work my import right, because I do want to get a lot more imports in. At some point, I just don't have great distributors specifically for imports outside of Rebel Tech, which I can get quite a bit from, and everything that I was very surprised, because I kind of was like, all right, here's another import. We'll try it on the site. Hopefully this does better. I have more access to them. And they've been selling really well. So like everything on here, I've sold multiples of at this point, except for those like Gundam looking guys.
Which I don't know what those are, but those are, I mean, he's got wings, Gundam looking.
Interesting.
Are these the same thing?
Guys.
What's different?
They're not the same thing, which I ran into when I was actually getting the pictures up. Because I kept thinking they were the exact same, and I'm like, why do I have duplicates of all these? Yeah. Then I saw the accessories, and I'm like, oh, these are not the same. Shoot.
Right. That's what I was just looking at, because I was like, what is different? Okay, so this guy comes with swords. So you probably want to go with this one. I don't know anything about the whatever series this is from, but that's one I pick.
Rape has Storm Arena. I have looked into Storm Arena. I want to get Storm Arena. I mean, reality is I want to get everything on the site at some point. It's just kind of measuring and making sure I do it in the right way or do it strategically. But yeah, Storm Arena I'm looking at. I mean, Mayfex at some point I will get back onto the site. Mezco is another one, though. I've stated my opinions on Mezco. I'm not a huge Mezco fan. So if they're last, it's not going to bother me. And then SHF was one I really wanted to get out, as well as Reveltech. Which have you heard SHF news on Spider-Man?
Pretty much. It sounds like there's some sort of rights issue on, I don't know, like Asian markets, I guess, but it doesn't seem like it's affecting the U.S.
Okay.
At least that's what I was seeing.
I see people with the.
And I don't think I didn't hear anything affecting the Cyclops at all.
There he is. Well, yeah, I saw like the clickbait, the clickbait titles on like
it's canceled.
SHF Spider-Man canceled, and I was like, oh shit, I better go check with my distributors, and then like all my channels and everything was fine. But like, yeah, I'm sure it's just clickbait stuff. People are just trying to get everybody riled up, since this has probably been one of the most exciting like Spider-Man figures of all time. But I was like, I had a like serious panic attack almost like last night as I was like browsing Instagram, seeing people with those like titles on their videos.
Yeah.
Give me a heart attack.
Yeah. So it just looks like, yeah, just China's not going to be able to get it, but US and Japan are fine. Kiffintron was curious how you got started out.
How did I get started? So
starting up new meta.
Yeah, I've been a collector for, I started collecting really around COVID. And then I started, as my wife was getting irritated with how many figures I had, started selling a lot of my figures on eBay. And just, like I'd buy a figure, sell off the ones I didn't really care for. And then I actually had a pretty good like eBay store built out, and I'd just been doing that for years. And then I've been a consultant on the side. Well, a consultant was my main thing for most of my life, and operations and like for small tech startups and stuff. So I'm very much like a startup guy. Like I've been in small business, and at one point, I think it was like around Christmas time last year, I just decided I was going to sell all of my MCU figures from Marvel Legends, because I was done collecting MCU figures. I still love the MCU, just do not care for the figures from the MCU anymore. And so I was going to sell all my figures off from that, which is, hundreds. And they sold really fast, and I made quite a bit of money. So I kind of pitched the idea to my wife, like, hey, what if like I did this as a thing? And that's kind of where it started. And I just had to get a loan, because if you were going to start a toy store, you actually have to have quite a bit of cash on hand to buy inventory, as it turns out. And then hooked up with people for marketing and got help from strong collectors and others to get me into the market, because I spend most of my time just with like creators and collectors on TikTok and Instagram, and that's where most of the marketing comes from. So yeah, that's kind of the short version of how it all got started. And here we are in the basement, the lab, getting things going. At some point, I will have to move into, like, I was actually already looking at space to move into. I think I was telling you that the other week, which I'm nixing that idea until probably next year, like January. I'm just like, it's bad timing. I'll just, suck it up and put stuff in the garage for now. But I'm taking over all of this room, the storage room behind me, and then like half of the garage. So it's a lot of space, more space than I was. I told my wife it wouldn't take up this much space, or I wouldn't grow this quickly. And all of a sudden, it's like I'm ordering, like pallets and pallets of inventory at the same time, and it's like I don't know where this is going to go. Like we're getting ready to set Christmas stuff up. I'm like pushing her to get Christmas stuff out earlier. Like we'll set it up maybe like right before Thanksgiving, so I can take over the Christmas
the storage area. Nice.
So. But yeah, that's kind of the short version of it all.
Yeah, like I'm sorry, I didn't expect to be this successful. But
yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like, it doesn't always feel that way, because it's like as we're growing and building, and it's like now I'm like having to buy all this inventory immediately, and it's coming in and then it's selling off. So it's like hardest I've ever had to work in my entire life. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun, even when it's stressful. I complained to Dakota a lot about like, oh my god, I have like $10,000 of inventory coming tomorrow. I don't know what to do. My wife doesn't know it's coming in. It's
It's like a whole new level of like all the collectors are like, oh yeah, I gotta hide this package for my wife so she doesn't. And you're like, I can't hide 20 boxes.
I know, yeah. I've taken a few videos of her like walking into the garage and seeing like 30. Like last time it was 35 boxes, like big boxes. So they're like, you know, this big each, 35 of them stacked in the middle of her garage, and she just like walk out and she's like, what is this? How much of this is pre-ordered? Because she knows the system now. She's like, so she knows pre-order means it's going back out.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I don't know, like half of it maybe. And so
she's like,
so half of it's staying. That's how her mind works. So half of this is staying. Yeah, but it will sell. I assure her, like every time. She's like, you say that, but it keeps getting bigger. Like there's more. Yeah. So it's just.
I feel like you gotta like make her a character in the new metasphere, and be like, because I feel like there's always those TikToks of like angry moms or whatever, and like she just be like, what the hell, you're taking up all this space, get this guy out. And just I don't know if she wants to really be it's acting, that's not actually who she is, but I feel like that would get the clicks.
I've thought about like for some fun videos in the future, like doing some stuff where like when she's gone for an evening, which she is leaving today to go, she does pictures, is her side hustle. But I've always thought about like what I should set up like a display with all of my figures in her office while she's gone someday, like everywhere, like every surface covered with all the figures I've got.
Just start putting boxes in there, like, oh sorry, I ran out of room, I had to like use your office as storage now too.
Just like everywhere she goes, like the bathroom, like she opens up the toilet lid and it's like there's another figure, goes to the fridge, pulls it open, more figures. Just like keep annoying her because she says like, she's like, I don't get it. She's like, I love that you love it. She's like, I don't understand it. She's like, why do you have to have 20 different Captain Americas? Like I actually don't know why. I just do.
You just don't get it, man.
So this one's a little different.
Right. Pre-orders, you pay up front. So pre-order now, pay now, and then it just ends up at your door and you don't have to pay for it when it ships. So that's kind of nice. We've bounced around the idea of moving it to paying when it ships, but that's not happening this year probably, right?
At least not anytime soon. We might at some point. I might consider doing it for certain toy lines, but it's just a hard thing. I don't like Big Bad, and some like larger groups can pull it off, but it's like I have to have cash on hand to actually buy the inventory when it comes in, right?
Right.
So it's kind of the hard part. Even though so if it's a month out, it's not as big a deal, but it's kind of a hard pill to swallow for people I know when it's like October 2026 that it's coming out. I think it's a little bit easier when it's like this will be out next month. So that's that. But like for Boss Fight or for like Mythic Legions, I think it could make sense to flip that around. So we'll experiment and try different things out. I'm always open to feedback and innovation wherever I can use it.
Yeah. Let me pull up. It's definitely ordering 3 of the Jada Akumas and 2 Storm Collectible or Storm Arena Akumas when they come out. It's a lot of Akumas. Why do you need that many Akumas? I haven't played the game. Is it like a multiple man type of situation, or that seems like a lot?
That's hilarious. I don't. Akuma's one I don't know about in the Street Fighter universe. I know Balrog. They're coming up with a movie, I think, here soon too, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
For Street Fighter and for He-Man. He-Man's getting a movie.
Oh yeah, I've seen like Kickstarter movie stuff, but I don't know if that's part of it or if they're actually going to do like a big budget production, because that was like very like self-made type of thing. But it'd be cool. Okay, just smart to take cash up front. Yeah. I do feel like if you switched to pay when it ships, you would have way more cancellations, but it would probably help with like pre-ordering those things that are like really far out, like Mythic Legions, because usually that's what people like, they would order it now to then pay later. But you have to put in your pre-orders, like for the zombie figures, I think you have to have that in by next week. But if people don't have their pre-orders in because they don't want to pay for it right now, then it's going to sell out super fast and you're not going to have enough for the inventory. So
there's
2 sides.
good amount of pros and cons on each side for sure.
Okay. All right. Go back here. That's not where I told you to go. Here. So after you're done watching this live stream, you can go back and watch my take on leaks, the current state of leaks. I like leaks in general, but this video kind of talks about what I don't like about the leaks and how I'm just kind of sick and tired of every other day we have more leaks. Let's condense it, streamline it. So go watch that video. The other guy, he made a Build-A-Figure wave of Ultimate action figures. So you can go see what Marvel Legends he'd like to see from the Ultimate Universe, because the Ultimate Universe is now on its way out, or well, I don't know. It's apparently ending. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not long before it starts back up again. But you can go watch those 2 episodes right now. And then when you're deciding to buy your action figures, pay full price, code STRONG101 to get 10% off at Go New Meta. Decisions. Anything else you want to?
Or Kiffintron 101, right?
Exactly. Yep. Kiffintron 101.
Stick it to strong collectors. If you're disappointed in the breakup and want to find a way to support a different creator out there, you could use that one.
Right. Anything else you wanted to get out there before we sign off?
I don't think so. Do we have should have a couple pre-orders next week you guys could look out for. I will get, I think some of you were interested in the Masterverse pre-orders that came out today. So was it Mosquitor and Blackface He-Man, and that will be up today. So I'm going to work on getting those ones in there, and yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Also, make sure you go over to TikTok. You can subscribe to both of us. Posting a lot of stuff over there. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing this. And until next time, stay strong.
See everybody.